worse in the earlier of today. As caused scatter in the earlier of today, moment Peter Obi dragged Nnamdi Kanu in court and miss all the things that Nnamdi Kanu will be facing the hand of DSS. These people never want him to go. They never want to release him and missed all the court rulings and all of that. But come and see what Peter Obi did in the earlier of today. He shockalizes everybody and miss everything that is going on between Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi. Peter Obi still look for a way to drag him out in court. So I would like guys to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, do well to share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. Just stay connected as you watch. I'll come back with the video.
Welcome you back to LAJUPOG TV.
I don't have bad news for you today.
The home of religious gossip.
But you should leave the fight for Mohammed.
What is happening in the Christendom? Join now to make sense with LAJUPOG.
Hello my great and wonderful viewers, welcome back to LAJUPOG TV. For those of you coming across the channel for the very first time, ensure you click the red subscription button appearing in your video screen, and at the same time click the notification bell icon so that whenever we drop a new video in few hours time, YouTube will easily let you to know. A lot of things is happening in the political space right now. A lot of things and something tragic is happening to Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. You know, they arrested him. It's not more than they arrested Nnamdi Kanu a few years ago, and since then the trial have been ongoing. They never released Nnamdi Kanu. Even for the fact that the court have been making the ruling in several occasions, and the judiciary have been making the ruling that DSS should allow this man to go. It should allow him to go and meet his people. They never leave him. They never allow him to go. As the court is making their ruling and stating that Nnamdi Kanu should be released, the DSS are holding him back. We don't really know who they're actually taking order from. I've never seen a country where some people are still giving order that is beyond the order of the judiciary. That's to totally tell you that the judicial system of Nigeria are finally collapsed. They are no more respecting the rule of law again. They are no more respecting the judiciary and even the judges in the judiciary. That's what is happening in Nigeria right now. Nnamdi Kanu have been held hostage in the DSS custody, and he have been victim of a lot of sicknesses because he's not having a good care in their custody there. There's no good healthcare service for him there, and this man have been victim of a lot of diseases and sicknesses. Now, something tragic happened few hours ago. You know, it was few days ago that was announced that Nnamdi Kanu missed in the DSS custody. They said Nnamdi Kanu wasn't found in the DSS custody, that he disappeared. He escaped from the DSS custody, and it later came out that Nnamdi Kanu did not escape from the DSS custody. He was with them. That was just a mere propaganda that they fly on different media platforms and all of that. Now, what happened in the early after they shockalized everybody. Caused scatter in the early after the moment Peter Obi did this in favor of Nnamdi Kanu. You know, nobody actually expected this. Nobody actually expected that this can actually happen, that Obi can actually do this. So I would like us to stay connected to the end of this video. If you can share this video, do well to share it. Share to different social media platforms. Let it go viral. And if you can share it, just like it as you're watching it, like it, give it a thumb up so that it will be recommended for us. You know, since when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, a lot of things have gone wrong in the eastern part of Nigeria. There have been insecurity issues and all of that. And amidst the insecurity stores and all of that, the government is linking everything back to Nnamdi Kanu, that it is the Nnamdi Kanu IPOB people that are responsible for the insecurity that is taking place in the eastern part of Nigeria. You know, since when they arrested Nnamdi Kanu, there have been a lot of kidnappings, there have been a lot of killings, there have been a lot of irregularities, insecurities that have been going on in the eastern part of Nigeria, as if the eastern part of Nigeria is isolated for violence and all of that. And the government is linking everything back to the man that was arrested, Nnamdi Kanu. They said it was Nnamdi Kanu people that have been nourishing different type of violence on the eastern part of Nigeria. They said they are the one that are inciting different violence in the eastern part of Nigeria. And Nnamdi Kanu said it is a big lie, that they should allow him to go. Since the court have been making the ruling that they should allow this man to go and they did not allow him to go, Nnamdi Kanu made it known to the general public that it is the government that is behind the insecurities in the eastern part of Nigeria. It is part of the government officials that are responsible for it, because they are actually seeing dividends and big money from the security that is taking place in the eastern part of Nigeria. That if they should release him, you know, the video came out a few days ago. Nnamdi Kanu was saying it in court. The video came out. They said if they should release him 2 minutes, all the security thing that is ongoing in the eastern part of Nigeria, everything will go down. They won't hear any of it again. He said the reason why they don't want to release him is because they don't want to release him because they know that if he should go, it will stop the insecurity and it will stop the financial stream of income that is coming from the insecurity to the government in the eastern part of Nigeria. That was what Nnamdi Kanu said, and a lot of his lawyers back it up. They said they should stop saying that Nnamdi Kanu IPOB people are responsible for insecurity in the the eastern part of Nigeria, and you know, something tragic happened few hours ago. I miss Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi. Peter Obi is well known to be a man of peace and all of that. Even though you offend him, he will still go to you to try to make peace with you. Even though you insult him, he will still come to you and call you his brother and all of that. And this Peter Obi in question is from the eastern part of Nigeria, and Nnamdi Kanu himself is from eastern part of Nigeria. Now, Peter Obi did this in court. He really wants DSS to release Nnamdi Kanu back to his people. He really wants Nnamdi Kanu to go back to the eastern part of Nigeria. He should move out to the DSS custody. Enough is done. But before I take you down to the video, remember what Nnamdi Kanu actually did to Peter Obi. What he said about Peter Obi. Though they are brothers from the same tribe, but Nnamdi Kanu made it not to the general public. He said Peter Obi is a gay. That was when Nnamdi Kanu wasn't arrested. They haven't arrested him then. He said Peter Obi is a gay. That Peter Obi is a thief. He also said Peter Obi is a murderer. And he also accused Peter Obi of a lot of things. That Peter Obi is not a good Igbo citizen and all of that. That Peter Obi is eating from the blood of Igbos. I missed all these things that Nnamdi Kanu said about Peter Obi. Peter Obi did not pick offense. Peter Obi still looked for a way after they arrested Nnamdi Kanu. He still looked for a way to visit him in DSS custody. And Nnamdi Kanu still labasted and labosed him. He cursed him also. And that was what happened. That was when Peter Obi was a flag bearer of Labour Party before the 2023 election. Nnamdi Kanu actually did all that to Peter Obi. But Peter Obi did not see to that. Yet, he's looking for a way to make sure that Nnamdi Kanu actually come out from the DSS custody and go back to his people. So I would like us to stick in that to the end of this video. If you can share this video, share it, because you will hear from Nnamdi Kanu in this very video. You will hear what you have not heard before, and you will see what Peter Obi did to the DSS in court, how he dragged Nnamdi Kanu. So if you can share the video, share it. If you can share it, just like it as I'm watching it. Give it a thumb up as I'm coming back again. Just stay connected. Watch the video.
The breaching of the territorial integrity of Nigeria, not on one occasion but on numerous occasions, were carefully executed by the same Fulani people in Aso Rock, shouting about territorial integrity every blessed day. The same group of people. The same group of people. These Fulani Islamist politicians in Aso Rock and all over the north, with their quislings in the east and their sophisticated moronic partners in the west, if you add a few pastors in between, you will not be mistaken. These Fulani Islamist politicians and their cohorts right across every shade, every color, every tribe in the zoo have themselves destroyed the territorial integrity of Nigeria by bringing in terrorists into Nigeria from across the Sahel to conquer indigenous populations, not knowing that every Fulani politician is a hardened terrorist. That is the reason why they went across the Sahel to recruit people and give them cattle to disguise their identity. Or should I say, to validate their murderous mission. Do you know what is shocking about this whole thing? Not that these people are from Mali, from Senegambia, from all these places. These are the people they want us to give our land to do Ruga. Are you following what I'm saying? These are the same people that are telling us they are headsmen, it is their pastoral life and all that rubbish. These are the same people they want us to give our land to. I hope that some of you are following and you're listening, including Mrs. Tambuwal. I hope you're listening. You'll be talking like somebody who has been under the influence of Tombo for nearly 2 weeks. Do you understand it very carefully? Do you follow what I'm saying? The people that did the kidnapping in Kaduna, most of them are foreigners. Foreigners. And you're busy doing BVN registration, NIM registration. They also have their NIM registration. But they are not Nigerians. They are not indigenous to Nigeria. These are Fulani hardened criminals and murderers recruited by Fulani politicians from across the Sahel to come and take over Nigeria for them. Sadly, very sadly, some of you are yet to wake up to this reality. Some of you are still blinded by the idiocy and hypocrisy and the criminal tendencies of some of your pastors that I will come to later on. That was why I apologized in advance. I am going to annoy some people this evening. I must tell you the truth. Fulani Islamist politicians have destroyed the territorial integrity of Nigeria. They are the ones that brought in the affiliate terrorists from across the Sahel into Nigeria without proper documentation at the border. They're coming from Sokoto, from Katsina, from Kanu, from everywhere across the north. They come in with their AK-47 or they acquire one once they get into the zoo. They now go on a kidnapping spree and ransom spree. They leave this place, they leave the zoo as multi-billionaires. Nobody is asking the federal government of the Republic of Nigeria how. I've been waiting for this question every day. How did they get in? Who let them in? Nobody talks about these things. How did they manage to get to Kaduna, to a polytechnic, to go and take people who are in a polytechnic? How manage? They cannot ask these pertinent questions. Not a single one of them. What you have are idiots in the south. Say, oh, we need to build bridges. You need to try and form bridge with the north so you can get presidency. You don't know you are dealing with terrorists. These are not human beings. These are savage. These are animals. These are beasts. And these are the same people that you want us to do Ruga. They should have heard. I was praying for them to hold on to them. Then we'll teach them a lesson. They will understand that every flesh bleeds. That is something they don't understand. Mrs. Tambuwal and idiots like Omahi, you think you're dealing with politicians from the north. I feel sorry for some Yoruba pastors talking rubbish about Nigeria being one. All that nonsense. They claim they are prophets. I will deal with them this night. Take up on armed robbers and criminals with the Bible. I will deal with all of you tonight. You see me, you know, and they are. You people are there. Your so-called territorial integrity have been breached not once, not twice, not 3 times, not 4 times. By hardened Fulani terrorists recruited from across the Sahel. All you need to validate the identity is you give them a few cattle, just give them 15 cows, that's all. They become Fulani pastoralists in Nigeria. That's all it takes. The only way they have managed to deceive all of you over the years is to think that anybody carrying a Nama along the road is somehow a Fulani Nigerian or a Nigerian Fulani.
P2B is today telling us that he is also commanding the Nigerian army for keeping Nigeria as one. These are the people that will defend him when we come after him. This is the criminal that stole money belonging to Anambra people to go and build a shopping mall in Abuja. P2B. He is now hailing Nigerian army for keeping the country together. The people that killed his own people. When I tell you that P2B was bad, people thought I was joking. Have you now seen it? He's hailing them for killing his own people, keeping Nigeria as one. And these are so-called Igbo people. Igbo men. Maybe his Alhaji boyfriend has told him to do that. People don't know that P2B sleeps with other men. People don't know that. People don't know what we know. Only if you people knew what we know. This same P2B, with his Hausa male lovers, we know him very well. And when the time comes, we told him he will run. When we release the information we have on P2B, P2B will abandon Anambra forever and never come back. We will tell him the name of his boyfriend and the hotel where they slept together. He doesn't know that we are Radio Biafra. Everything is documented, everything.
Now listen to this. You know that they moved into Kaduna, into Kebbi State, and a few others in the north. Remember, that is why when people say their bishop is a prophet, is a prophesying, I look at them and I laugh at them. You know that poverty can do a lot of things. You know the same way that Africans are behaving today. You see Yoruba white people, they used to behave like that very, very in the dark ages. Very many centuries ago. You know that there is nothing that draws you closer to God than poverty. You know, poverty is miraculous. Once you're hungry like this, you start singing Joe Michael and Joe Gabriel coming to minister to you. The same thing happening in Africa today happened in Europe. Many centuries ago, Europeans were very, very poor, impoverished, extremely poor. And somebody gave them the Bible. And the same, that as idiotic as we Africans are today with religion, it was exactly the same way they were. In the same Europe you're seeing, in Germany, in France, in all those places. Very poor. They started seeing angels from heaven flying all over the place. Now that is, they no longer see angels anymore. Do they go to church? In Europe, no, they don't. Do they go to church anymore in America? It's only black people because they are poor in America. That's what people shouting hallelujah every place in the church. Doing songs of praise in the church. The people going to church today are those who are still poor, because in Europe, anybody living in Europe can testify. Do they go to church anymore in Europe? The answer is no. They no longer go to church in Europe. Am I lying? That is why when you come to Africa, one idiot will tell you he's seeing a prophet, he is seeing prophecy. He is seeing prophecy. Your life will be better. You will get a new job. Whereas where you are being prayed for to get a new job used to be a factory producing shoes before. They closed it down, turned it into a church, praying for you to get a job. Ask the stupid pastor, where will I get this job from? Oh, poverty is the spirit, I'm telling you. Once poverty gets inside you, hey, if they quote Ecclesiastes, you'll be jumping up and down because you are very poor. Because you cannot reason very well. To compare to all those fools that call themselves prophets that cannot prophesy anything. Only a few months ago, I told the whole world live on Radio Biafra that there is a method to our madness. I think those were the exact words I used. There is a method to our madness. And unless you are on the inside, you can never ever understand it. You cannot understand what we are doing. You can never ever understand what we are doing. Because I get messages from heaven direct. You know what Elohim said to me? He said, you must continue what you're doing. You must continue what you're doing. That is something that a slave and baby sabos can never understand. Heaven gave me a message, you must continue what you're doing. And I asked why. They said, I want to move their able-bodied men and women to the east. When they come to the east, you are going to kill them in the east. Those of them that can survive or that manage to survive will have nowhere to go back to. So that in years to come, wherever they settle, they will tell their children about you people. I didn't understand what the message meant, and I kept praying. Elohim said, you will bring them down to your land, and the real terrorists that they are grooming will take over their own land from them. I still said, I don't understand. They gave me a message in Igbo language. That hand with which they've tried to feed poison to others, they will put into their own mouth. It shall kill them. That was what Elohim said to me. And I must give it to you tonight. And I kept wondering. What is this whole thing all about? Until it started happening. I want to give you a very clean, fine example today as to what heaven meant by keep doing what you're doing, draw them to the east, and I will hand over their land to vandals. And vandals are now in their land eating their flesh. I'll give you a very simple example this evening. A humanitarian crisis is brewing in Zulu, Emirates, in Kebbi State. Listen to the name. School that today. Because bring your pen and paper, I said. Bring your pen and paper, for goodness sake. And note everything I'm telling you. They said there is a place called Zulu, Emirates, Emirate is the word I want you to note. Write it down. In Kebbi State, their villagers are fleeing their communities following the invasion of armed bandits. The way Guardian newspaper put it is this: thousands flee Kebbi communities over invasion by armed bandits. There was a brother of mine that wrote something today, which, with his permission, I will quote Obonna. He said, "All the demons of hell must overrun the north." That Elohim said, that he has unleashed, that he has opened the floodgates of hell. All the demons of hell, they will eat the flesh of the Fulani in the north. They send their army, their zombie army, to the east, where they will be destroyed by Elohim. Then the sun will rise over the land of Biafra, never to dim again for eternity. It was today that the full weight of that message that I was giving dawned on me. When I was on air and I was saying that we would draw them to the east, and the real bad eggs will take over their land. I didn't even know what I was saying, but it has happened today. Do you know who Kebbi people are? You don't know, but I will tell you later. The people who are in Olu today fighting, most of them are from Kebbi State. In the Nigerian army. They came to Olu to kill Biafran people. But as they left the north, their lands are being taken over by hardened savages and animals from across the Sahel that their political masters imported into the zoo. All of the army, Nigerian army in Biafra land, you are going to die there. You will die in Biafra land. All of you will die there. Our people don't understand this very message that we are giving to them. But I do hope that after tonight, they will get it. All of you will die in Biafra land, those in Olu, those elsewhere. The best option for you is to take off your uniform and run away before it is too late. Go back to your land, those of you from Kebbi State. Go back to Kebbi to go and save your land. Because as you are in Olu, you have no village anymore to go back to in Kebbi. It's gone. Your village is gone and gone for good. That is the work of Almighty God in heaven. The same prophecy I was given, that there is no other religious minister in the zoo that can match 0.0000001% of the accuracy of a prediction. No, nobody can. I'm begging. Now listen carefully to me. All of you in Biafra land, you're going to die. Even the Pakistani mercenaries that we saw in Olu, all of you will die there. If by any stretch of luck you manage to survive what is coming, because they know now, and I watch it tonight. If by any stretch of imagination you get out of Olu alive and survive what is coming, then look for where else to go to, because your land has been taken over by terrorists from the Sahel. Those of you from Kebbi State in Imo State listening to my broadcast this evening, you are about to pay the price of stupidity. In your next life, if they mention Biafra, you will tell your mother not to give birth to you. All of you, you are finished. You are going to die in the one thing. You are going to die in Biafra land. You will die there to start with. All of you will die there.
Thank you for staying connected, my great and wonderful viewers. You can hear what Nnamdi Kanu actually said in this very video. You know, a lot of people have been asking the question that how can Nnamdi Kanu be in DSS custody for over 2 years now, and Peter Obi is out there doing nothing about it. Peter Obi is out there is not looking forward to how Nnamdi Kanu will actually come out from the DSS custody. Now, the question has been on rampage on different media platforms that why is it that Peter Obi disliked Nnamdi Kanu? Why is it that Peter Obi did not have interest in the Biafra group and all of that? That's That's the question that is on rampage now. Now, you can hear what Nnamdi Kanu actually said about Peter Obi. Nnamdi Kanu is a very good man as far as the indigenous people of Biafra are concerned and all of that. Likewise, Peter Obi is a very good man also. But why is it that these two are not in good time? That was what Nnamdi Kanu stated in this very video. You know, Nnamdi Kanu have a personal vendetta with Peter Obi. If not, Peter Obi will actually be looking forward to how he will actually come out from the DSS custody and all of that. Nnamdi Kanu came out and he made it known to the general public in air that Peter Obi is a gay, that Peter Obi is sleeping with an Alhaji or all of that. That is one of the politicians in the Aso chamber. We don't really know who Nnamdi Kanu is referring to, but Nnamdi Kanu, before he was arrested, he said they will release the secret of Peter Obi, the person that Peter Obi is sleeping with, that is not sleeping with a woman, that is sleeping with a man, that Peter Obi is actually a gay and all of that. Peter Obi did not respond to that. He also called Peter Obi a murderer, and the reason why he called Peter Obi a murderer is because he said Peter Obi sponsored the killing of Igbos in the eastern part of Nigeria, and as if that is not enough, soldiers too came, Nigerian armies came to regulate stability and restore peace in the eastern part of Nigeria. And Peter Obi actually appraised the army and all of that. He appraised the Nigerian armies, and when Nnamdi Kanu actually saw that, he said Peter Obi is eating from the blood of his people for him to be appraising Nigerian armies and all of that, because Nnamdi Kanu never want to see anything good from Nigeria. And as if that is not enough, Nnamdi Kanu accused Peter Obi of stealing. He said Peter Obi stole Igbo people's money in Anambra and he went to use to build a shopping mall in Abuja and all of that. And different allegations out there. He said a lot of things regarding Peter Obi, but Peter Obi did not give a response or a negative response to everything that Nnamdi Kanu actually said about him. And you know, Nnamdi Kanu did not have anything good with Peter Obi, and Peter Obi did not respond to any of these critics or any of these allegations that is leveraged against him by Nnamdi Kanu, his own brother from the same tribe and all of that. Yes, Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for the Biafra, but Peter Obi is not fighting for the Biafra. Peter Obi is fighting for a new Nigeria. Those are the two things. That's what actually caused the difference between Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi. Peter Obi is looking forward to how a new Nigeria will come. He loves Nigeria so much and he wants to allow Nigeria collectively to benefit from democracy themselves. He actually wants every tribe in Nigeria to benefit from a new government under his control. But Nnamdi Kanu is saying that he's tired of the old Nigeria, that he wants to liberate Biafra from Nigeria. That's the agitation of Nnamdi Kanu. So these two people are from the same tribe, but they're having different agitations, and the different agitation that they actually have is what is causing the difference. That is why Nnamdi Kanu is going against Peter Obi. He even lay curses on Peter Obi when he heard that Peter Obi actually become the flag bearer of Labour Party and all of that. Nnamdi Kanu lay curses on him that if Peter Obi should actually go for that presidency, that so thing will bestow him and all of that. He lay curses on people that will actually vote for Peter Obi or any politician in course of the election and all of that. I mean the Igbos. He lay curses on the Igbos that if any Igbo should go out to vote and all of that, so will happen. Then it was after that that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested and he was in DSS custody. Now the campaign for the 2023 election started, and Peter Obi was out there doing everything possible to mobilize all Nigerians to come together to vote for him, including the Igbos, the Hausa, the Yoruba, the Fulanis, and all of that, all the tribes in Nigeria, you know. And when Nnamdi Kanu actually saw this, he was in the custody. He can't really do anything. He can't really mobilize his people against Peter Obi and all of that. But he was pained that Peter Obi actually running for the presidency. And when Peter Obi visited him around that time in the DSS custody, Nnamdi Kanu was actually thinking that it was because Peter Obi wants him to speak to his people to vote for him and all of that. That is why he was trying to visit him. Nnamdi Kanu did not give him face. That was what happened. Until now, Nnamdi Kanu and Peter Obi, they are not in good terms. The two of them are like cat and rat. Nnamdi Kanu is aspiring for a demand of Biafra to liberate Biafra out of Nigeria, while Peter Obi is out there trying to unite all Nigerians together. He did not want separation. So the thing that Nnamdi Kanu is actually fighting for, Peter Obi is going against it. And what Peter Obi is fighting for, Nnamdi Kanu is going against it. Now, who is right among these two people? Is it that Peter Obi can unite Nigeria together and make a new Nigeria to come? Do you think that will really work? And the Biafra that Peter Obi is actually against, which Nnamdi Kanu is aspiring for, do you really think it can be liberated for good? Because these two people are right. What Nnamdi Kanu is fighting for is very, very positive, while what Peter Obi is fighting for too is very, very positive. Now, who is at the winning end? Is it Nnamdi Kanu now or Peter Obi? Because a lot of people are actually following up Peter Obi in Nigeria right now. A lot of people are actually liking Peter Obi and they really want him to be the president of Nigeria. Now, if Peter Obi should be the president of Nigeria, will he really allow the Biafra should go, or he will still be holding them back as the past government is actually holding them back? Because Peter Obi in question is a man of peace and is a man of unity. He's doing everything possible to unite everybody together. But Nnamdi Kanu is not saying to that. He said no, he did not want the unity again, that he and his people are actually tired of Nigeria entirely. Now, what do you think? Do you really think Peter Obi will be looking forward for how Nnamdi Kanu will come out from the DSS custody? Though according to reports, Peter Obi is doing everything possible for Nnamdi Kanu to actually come out from the DSS custody to join his people and all of that. Drop a opinion in the comment section of this video regarding what Nnamdi Kanu said about Peter Obi. As I'm gonna discuss and that ready for you. And share, follow me on my social media handles on Facebook at LAJUPOG TV and Life Entertainment, and on Instagram at LAJUPOG. Guess what, guys? See you in my next video. Bye for now.
I see the hot for my body, I say make I yarn you. Religious gossip plenty day for body. Pastor with the line on top, be pastor. For LAJUPOG Watch TV. Pastor with the back, where politician with the do pass himself. Corrupt leader, all the while you waiting for church. All as LAJUPOG Watch TV.